Hello and welcome. Welcome to the practice session before the upcoming Zandvoort GP. I think the race tonight will be pretty interesting since this track is very narrow and also the track is very much fast flowing, so slight mistakes may happen which can be very costly. Yeah, I peaked right there. That was my fastest lap so far on this track. I don't think I can make it under 1 minute and 10. I think it will be a huge task to do so. There is quite a lot of practice needed to stay sorta focused and clean. So yeah. I'm not sure if on how it goes. Like, I am not sure which strategy to use as well. It's super weird on this track. Anything might work, I guess, if you have the proper outcome of the start. And yeah, I don't know. J-Ben's very strong. Damn. I guess J-Ben's will be one of the tough nuts to crack. I'm about... Yeah, no. Yeah, I went below 1 minute 10, so yeah, I don't know. That was slow. And this is slow. Ah, damn it. Brrr. These sort of mistakes can't happen during the race. And also during the qualifying. Damn it. So I guess I have to lift a little bit more over there in that corner. I guess if I can somehow make it into Q2, it's all about the luck. Like if you have a clean lap, in my case at least, because I haven't had good luck so far with damn. I lost it now in the last corner. Yeah. I might not improve. Like, look at the timings, guys. Crazy. Just crazy. Results. It's such a small gap between all the cars. Let's go. Let's see how it goes. I just hope my playlist is not going to be messed up. But let's see. Not sure, to be honest. Is McViz in here? He's just a spectator, what? I don't know if I should run Paladin's stream in the background, or if I should do my own thing. Let's see if he's streaming at all. Let's see if he's streaming at all. Into the hairpin. Where is it? No, into the hairpin, I guess. Let's see. Into the hairpin. Paladin. Not streaming. Is he still on vacation or I'm not sure. J-Benz is not here. Okay, apparently it's starting. Let's see. Nobody's in voice, so I'm not sure if Whiplash is going to show up. What is with me? Oh, this is fucked up. Let's go. Bismillah. Messed up. Yeah, I messed up. I will improve, but this won't be enough. Yeah, I'm such an idiot. I'm looking at the times in the middle of the turn instead of driving quicker. Ugh. I do poopy now. Just disconnecting all my wireless devices from my network. Terrible laps, yep. Results, let's see. Where am I in comparison to Dramet? Too far off, I guess. McVison also had bad laps. I'm not sure what's going on with him, but I'm sure he will come back strong in Q2. Let's go. Damn it. Nah. It's not gonna happen. I knew that I'm going to mess up this one. I think even Darren will overtake me now. Maybe not. It's very close to getting into Q3. Remit with a huge improvement. Nice. Good job. I'm P12 though. Yeah. It's going to be very interesting to see the start. Is Paladin streaming right now? Into the hairpin, let's see. He's still not doing it. I'm gonna take a look. Oh, thunderstorm, okay. I hope this microphone is not picking up the fan behind me blowing into my back. Let's see. Shift 5 was it? No. Let's see. This is going to be very, very much interesting to see how it goes. Who is still in the back? It's Dremet and Nestori. Dremet might end up having like a very nice position for the race. And as well as J-Benz, like I do hope they perform well. Since they are my sort of closest battle buddies. Of course, good luck to everyone, but those two, J-Vance and Dremet, I hope they do well. I hope Dremet qualifies somewhere around P6 as he did in Q2, and J-Vance as well. But there is a small minor mistake from J-Benz, went slightly a little bit wide there out of the double right-hander, but had a great exit over here towards the carousel. To be honest, I don't know the names of these turns, so bear with me. So yeah, now it's crucial to see if they have a good exit out of this turn. J-Benz, I think, yeah, it looked like as if he had a slightly bad exit in comparison to McVision, but McVision actually had a worse exit. But yeah, still McVision managed to be in front of J-Benz. Dremet actually quicker than McVision, pushing towards P7, but look at the times. It's a huge pressure here on everyone because the gaps are super small from P1 to P8, only 0.369. From McVision and onwards, it's then half a second and 0.8 of a second for J-Benz. But yeah, let's stay here with J-Benz and McVision. I guess as long as they are close to each other, they must have similar pace, might even improve on their current time. Let's see how it goes over here. McVision slightly worse exit than J-Benz. Now it comes down to who gets... Yeah, McVision again. Small mistake over there. Might cost him a few tenths or hundredths of a second. Yeah, no improvement there actually. Yeah, I mean, they did improve, but look at the timings. Oh my god. Like, from P5 to P8, it's only 0.3 of a second. Oh my god. And then 0.3 of a second in the gap between P1 and P4. It's like, oh my god, this will be a blast. Okay, I'm gonna go quickly for a P break. P break and then I'll be back. By the way, I'm gonna set up Paladin in the background. So that you can listen to Paladin's live stream as well.
Alright, we are looking forward to 37 laps. Igiyama was so kind. Igiyama was so kind of what did I wanted to say? Oh yeah. Cyberpunk driving? Yes, he is. Of course he is. Iyaba was kind of giving me the numbers on how long the tires last, and I have written this down. Oh, I need to close the door to my... Are the windows closed? Yes. Yes. Okay. So it's softs. Will last Will last 5 to 9 laps, mediums 7 to 14, hards 9 to 18 laps. So, as we know, the drivers have to take two different kinds of compounds, and yeah, we will see some strategic battles going on. Igiyama also showed in the Discord a bigger, let's say it, a bigger table, graph, whatever. Hard for me, I'm struggling for words a little bit. To see, so with all the different strategies, I won't show them now here on stream. I think it's too cluttery. It's hard to understand. We are approaching the main race, by the way. Is it okay to have your voice in my stream? I mean, yeah, sure. I can also jump into what's it called, Discord call with you, and so you can take it from that. But you can also just mirror the YouTube audio signal. Cyber, so no, I am listening to your stream. Okay, yeah, do that, please. It's also nicer for your stream. I figure. I think I'll quickly run to get some more water because I am out of things to drink right now. Or I get a nice. I think I know what I want.
Okay, guys.
You right back?
As you can hear, you are listening to Paladin's voice in the background, so I hope you like that, because I want to have his voice in my stream as some sort of commentator. But yeah, I think almost everyone is ready. Good luck and have fun, everyone.
Race is not starting. That is also always a plus. Yeah, I got myself a nice bottle of Coke, fresh from the refrigerator. This I'll take care of later, and some sour apple candy, my favorite. Not the really good ones from Trolley, but the cheaper are also good. I'm sorry for the
The noise.
to get them here on my plate. Alright.
Good luck, everyone.
But first things first, let's see the start. Okay. Immediately stealth sweeps in, tries to get a charge staying on the inside, stealth some action in the back. You hear some collisions, but nothing very dramatic. And McNissen makes his teammates with a lot of pushing going on, but again, it's not so bad. Had the only Cadillac, he just showed me Setanis, lost a lot of time there. Some precision changes here. We can listen to the salvo, getting some, losing some precisions. Jacobs in the Williams also in the thick of it. Maybe caught somewhere a slowdown penalty or he got off track. The track is very narrow, and we are using the brilliant version from planning for this race because it's a lot more accurate and a little better to race, although it's a lot more trickier to navigate as it's as narrow as the real-life Zandvoort track in the Netherlands. But this also makes it a lot more interesting for racing in my opinion. Let's switch to cam 3 so that we can maybe see McNissen getting by Taxivator. Grandi with a big move there from the back. And yeah, the action is definitely already packed there. We have Cyberpunk who made it to P7 on the start with his medium tires. But in the front it looks like possible. A lot of people. Let me no. Was it this? No, that's the lap. I don't want the lap ranking. Is this? Now we see the laps. Okay. Nice. Now we are settled. Brilliant. Okay. So the first three are mediums, and before medium. McNissen is the only car in the top 10 currently, starting on hard. Steph is scoring the fastest lap. Then we have Darren also starting on hard. Jamin's also starting on hard. Taxired also starting on hard. EDR on mediums. Cultured on hard. Hella on mediums. Setamix on hard. Umpa on mediums. And yeah, then we are through the field. So what we can see is that a lot of the field decided to go to mediums, and the guys that lost some places at the start, like McNissen, he had some troubles, Jadens, he had some troubles. These were mainly the hard starters, and this is the gamble that you're going to get if you start on the harder compound. With this brilliant design Cadillac, I have to say. Looks fine. Car is really nice. Yellow is color that after Jordan quit, we had not seen back in F1, and it's sad in my opinion. Okay. I think we have to spectate this group here, definitely, because as you can see here, there's so much going on. We see Jamans getting a move on taxi label is... Oh no, we missed the whole action. Damn it, sorry guys. So Grandi must have made a mistake somewhere. Lost a lot of space and now goes back again. McNissen saying sorry in chat. Maybe there was a little bit of a contact between the different cars. Yeah, McNissen on 12th, Grandi in 11th. We have then Darren Gurney fighting very close with Taxi Weather. Taxi Weather, by the way, also super fast driver. He also participates in OCR and he is just so good in these tracks. It's amazing to see what he's capable of. Jomali and his Ferrari trying to get by Cassandre, but Cassandre is holding firm. We see Nestle overtook Yuki. I wonder what happened there. Grandi. Where are these? Here, okay. Maybe Yuki made a mistake? I don't know. Oh, that was well defended from Nestori. He kind of faked taking there too much of the outside. So Yuki took him a little, let's say, thought he would close the gap and didn't just put his foot in, because otherwise I think he would have made it at least side by side with Mystery. How is Josh going right? Maybe the tires already starting to faint. I mean, if I look at my cheat sheet, sorry, we are approaching a territory where the medium rubber is starting to not be so good anymore. So this is like where the pit window starts, but so far nobody decides to go for it. We still have like us very close to each other. Look here, for example, J-Plans versus like who's in front of him, Ibiaba. Then we have Grandi in the mix, McNissen, Darren Gurney. Let's call it this DRS train here. How it's in real life. But and yeah, we have some fights here, and yes, maybe J-Plans will go by, but it's not as well. So charge and mystery are 30 meters. Also stealth. They all put it on the same map. This is, I don't know if everybody just had the same strategy in mind, or if they just said, hey, when he picks, we pick. Darren and Jamon's coming very close to each other. Both on rather used hard tires, so this is no surprise that there is a little bit of contact. Ooh, some bigger standing contact behind. But yeah, look how close they are now in traffic here. Josh is now very close to Stealth, and Stealth now is at the risk that I just called out, because he will definitely lose now the lead of the race. I mean, yes, they are not P1 right now, but it's clear that if the rest of them hits, then Josh will be the leader. Obviously, they are having a great fight right now through Hudenholzbach. Side by side is no easy feat, definitely, and I think they did it brilliantly. I was thinking, oh, will they collide? But no, they are both very professional drivers, so they know what they are doing. But yeah, Stealth is stuck behind Mr. Darren. Oh, Stealth even colliding with Darren. Come on, this is charged opportunity. No small collide. Darren is also defending very hard. Stealth now trying to set it inside. Darren pushing him off track. What is this? What was this? I mean, I understand that. Why are they pushing so hard? Oh, that was completely unnecessary. That was completely unnecessary for both of them. Honestly, I think, yeah, they drove into each other, that was stupid. But, oh no. That was so stupid from both of them. I don't know if they stuck together. I don't know if Stealth's controller connection went out because he then, after the initial contact with Darren, he just steered onwards, so straight on. I think that was also a problem, but yeah, this is now damage limitation mode for Stealth. I hope I don't have to get involved into officiating for Stealth, because damn, that was not pretty, to say the least. Cyberpunk now in front of Stealth. Honestly, yeah, it looked too weird. In my opinion, Stealth wanted to overtake too much, but Darren also definitely defended way too hard. With the move downwards, that was, in my opinion, too over the line. For real. So, yeah. Interestingly enough, Mystery, due to all this, came in front of Stealth, not Stealth, of Charged. I am interested if they will switch positions sooner or later. We see now Jamon's coming into the pit lane, and I think that was, Taxi Better, correct? Honestly, Red Bull has a very strong team now with UB and Tax. They are very good drivers, both of them. pushy going on between those two, but they are. I think they know each other, so. And yeah, overall, Iliana is now losing 2 positions basically, or. Yeah, I mean, not losing 2 positions, but. Yeah, well, if you count that into the battle with Pexavator, and Iliana, yeah, overtaken now by McKisson. And Iliana is showing honestly a good bit now. J-Mans, they kind
just too much time now.
Okay, Nestle now here. Going on the low line. But he doesn't have enough speed to make it. We see Stealth now in the pit lane. Let's see where he comes out. Okay, between Dremet, who also pitted, and Darren Kearney. Okay, this was disastrous. These two cross line again. Yuki leading, yes. Yuki also scored the pole position, by the way. But he couldn't keep it. I think in the first 1 or 2 laps he fell back to P2, then Stealth was P1, and then he must have made a couple of mistakes or something like this, because he then also fell back behind the 2 McLarens. Then we had a big moment between Stealth and Darren Gurney after Stealth pitted, and also the 2 McLarens, and Stealth nearly collected also necessary. That was very dramatic, honestly. And this, what we are seeing here is also very dramatic. And yeah, we see Kusamari and McVisson going into the pit lane now. And Nestori in front, getting past normally, who is on very old hard tires, but defending very well. And Yuki and his Red Bull also on very used hard tires, so he's on an alternative strategy to the 2 McLaren, but I think the McLarens now, they can probably drive up these tires to the end of the race. Normally doing such a fantastic job of slowing Nestori down. Nestori now trying to take alternative line to get a little bit more speed. Now getting on the inside, but it's still not enough. Normally still on the inside, and Nestori can't get past it. Charge now joining in as well. I think it would be very wise of both of them to avoid these things. The big curve here. Charged. Okay. Charged now also through. But now it's really a free for all. We know that Yuki has to put, but Yuki has 7 seconds to Nestori currently. The question is now, when does it go in? By the way, Cyberpunk just passed Taxi Radar. Darren also now trying to get past Taxi Radar, but Darren on very old hard tires. He needs to be very careful, because he won't have the grip to make a lot of maneuvers anymore. Steven P9, that's just heartbreaking to see, honestly. Kermit behind the prison now. I think Cyborg is just on a different strategy or something like this. That's why maybe he fell back. But maybe I have to go to see a replay. Okay, who was just in? Yuki was just in. Okay, he lost still his position, but he should be P3. And indeed he is. Red Bull 3 and 4. I don't think Taxi Radar can stick out for 10 laps with his hard tires. For 10 more laps. So I think we need to consider that the Red Bull 3 and 4 won't happen so easily. Okay, Kusanami can drive to the end, Kermit can definitely drive to the end. Grandi, yeah, honestly, I think he will. Jabens with medium, so mediums last 7 to 14 laps. I think this is also good. Bibiana, Cyberpunk, Oompa is also probably good. Sekami still has to pit. Still has to pit. Nestor can go through, and yeah, Taxi Radar. Okay, so Sekami's Para and Taxi Will Charge go for it, or will they stay this? P1, P2. I mean, they don't give each other slipstream. So, I think they are racing. Still. Can I use the feedback? No. So, would be interesting to see how much the slipstream effect does here in these corners. But I mean, Charge is getting closer and closer. It's only 2 tenths anymore. Normally still trying to get past Magnesium. Also Magnesium are behind German again. Interesting. Oh no, Magnesium runs right. No, don't get tangled. And Quali, the lucky dog in this. Is this a slow one? Probably. No, it wasn't. Interesting. Jaden's now in the mix as well. Darren very close to the cycle. TSU ladder now into the lane. It is very late. Oh, Jesus sucked. Okay, interesting. Let's see if he can do something like this. He's very close to the cycle, very close to him. And the fresh slot so smooth. He won't even be able to place this one, I don't think. Oh, J-Benz are now coming over the line. Hardshell also finishing his race. Kawasaki is still running. Yeah,
GG's.
GG's. Some things that I think the officials have to take a look at between McListen and Jadens that I thought were over the line, and definitely what needs to overlook was the situation between between Stealth and Darren there. I think that needs some, not necessarily like punishments, but clarification of what's over the top and what's not.
Yeah.
Cyber, now that you are back in my chat, what happened to you? I know you at the start of the race you were in front of Drummond. Then I had the overtake of you there, and I said, hey, it's great. Battle between Drummond and myself. Yeah, but then you lost like double right hander. Oh no, you got over it. Had no space. Ah, fucking hell. Okay, crash, and then it's, yeah. Shit, okay. Ah, that's sad to hear. But I hope you still had very fun. Yeah, very much fun for the race. Also, for some reason, I thought it was 39 laps instead of 37. Yeah, okay, that is also not so good. Next time, please read the event notes.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah. I'm interested to see what you have to say about the battle between Darren and Stealth there.
Yeah,
I think I will come
heard
over
it,
and
but I will.
join your stream, or not join the stream. Ah, you know what? I can hang out in voice chat if you still do race analysis. But yeah, let's see. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. Sorry that I was late. Next time I will try to not play too much Medieval 2. Not Medieval 2.
Okay, let's
What is
see.
it?
Time differences.
Total War Medieval. Yeah, it's Medieval 2. What is Medieval?
I'm curious
That?
about
It has to be super old. Yeah,
Drummond
great
and
game,
myself.
I hope you still enjoyed the racing.
Yeah, I
And
did.
Have a great time. See you on the racetrack.
I spiked over here, and then had this incident over here with Drummond, I guess, in lap 19, 18 maybe. Yeah, and here was probably the incident, and then yeah, it dropped from here. We sort of had the same pace. I was on a medium tire at the end. He was on a hard tire, I guess, and he had awesome pace when you look at the curve. So it might have been a close battle between Drummond and myself if not for this mistake over here in lap 18 towards lap 23. So yeah, and then also some battles with Darren towards the end. I sort of tried to give him his own medicine back, and yeah, I'm not going to elaborate more. Hey, thank you for joining. And yeah, and let's see, between Igyava and myself, it was also very close. I had a very strong first stint. I will show you the overtaking in lap 1, 2, and 3. Probably I had a lot of luck. I stayed out of trouble, gained a lot of positions. And then against, like I say, we had pretty similar pace overall, everyone. And J-Benz had a drop over here, had a drop over here. Yeah, and then maybe here some drops. But yeah, some close battles, I guess. Myself and Darren had a strong second stint and the third stint on these tires. Yeah, here he flew off in turn 1. I will show that. And then between Stealth and Darren, where is Stealth? Over here. Yeah, this is nice, similar colors. But yeah, I guess over here somewhere is the drop, or Was it over here, the battle between them? Like, I know stealth sort of dropped a huge amount, or is it? I don't know. Like, but we will see later onwards. Trailing Race had some intense battles today. Ended up with my best finish so far. Needed to rewatch our last fight when you went off the track. Yeah, I had no space towards the left side. But I guess it's a high risk, high reward sort of move on my part because I was on the outside. I should have known better to pull out of the battle and maybe wait for the next couple of turns, but I think I overdid it. I was grinning, I was smiling because of our battle, and I think I overdid it. I don't know. But yeah, overall, Jormeli, Kosandari, Dremet, myself, I think we had similar pace. Jormeli maybe was a little bit stronger than us, and more maybe Kosandari as well. Maybe got lucky through the battles and the traffic, but yeah. Let's go into the recording and let's go into this. I had also a small battle with McVision. I don't think that was that bad. I don't know if I'm quiet now. Let me see if my OBS is still working normally. I don't know if I'm quiet now. I'm not sure. Yes, raise volume. I did. Is it better now? I hope it is. But yeah, let's look into this race a little bit. Let's go over the grid, the starting order. We had Yuki, very surprising to kind of clear the path for. Yes, you are quiet, still quiet. Damn it! I'm not sure what it is. I am talking like a madman into the microphone. I'm not sure what it is though. Is it better now? I hope it is. Nothing changed. Still quiet. Oh God. Let me quickly check the properties. I don't know. This should be it. Except if Elgato screwed me over for some reason. But it didn't. Voice chat, microphone. I'm not sure what it is. Is this better now? I don't know. Did you change settings? No, I did not. I did not change the settings. But yeah, let me show you the things. I hope you can hear me. I hope it's better. So yeah, Yuki, Stealth, Charged, Nestori. Congrats to Yuki, by the way, for getting into P1. Nestori, Jormeli, Kosandari, Grandi, McVision, Dremet, Jabens, Taxivader, myself. No different. Okay, Darren, Igiava, Couch Ferret, Pera, Setamis, and Umpa. I'm not sure what it is, to be honest. I have the microphone kind of right in front of my... Like the microphone is in front of me. Like it's... Even in OBS, it's overriding. Well, not overriding, but overdriving. Like it's kind of getting into the red area. I guess if you guys don't mind, you have to live with it. I hope it's better. Like I hope it gets better, but to be honest, I'm not sure. The issue is not the distance to the mic. Maybe you have a different filter over the mic that muffles the compress. Is it better now? I hope it is. But don't you want to join the voice chat? Yeah. I don't know. I'm not feeling... I don't feel like joining voice chat, to be honest. I don't want to get into arguments with some people. So, yeah. Again, let's start with... let's start with this. Now we see Yuki. Let's go back here. Turn 1 will be pretty much clear as far as I remember, if I remember correctly though. Some bumps and pushes, yes, of course, but you know, yeah, I mean, you can't avoid them. It is what it is. Oh well, what happened over there to Setamis? Yeah, Setamis got bumped in the back and then tried to give space to Oompa and went into the wall there. What happened here to Igiava? Igiava, yeah, they got stuck somehow over here, McVison and Grandi, then Dremet came through. I as well sort of figured out a way through. Oh wait, what happened here to J-Benz? Let me quickly check. So it's a slight bump there from Taxivator. Probably J-Benz got stuck. I don't know if it's lag or something else, because it's very weird that he like immediately went to the right side over here. Yeah, I don't know, maybe his steering sort of gave way, and yeah, it felt like as if he lost steering. Now he lost many positions. Ooh, and now this. I guess he didn't. Yeah. Okay. This is like this incident over here. I'm not sure. I mean, it's still lap 1. It's still chaos in lap 1. J-Benz came back from the track. Igiava as well. They fought for the position. Nobody wanted to give room to the other. They don't want to lose positions. I guess in J-Benz's defense, after losing that many positions on the first couple of turns, he was slightly frustrated or whatever. But it would be very unlikely for J-Benz. I mean, I don't know him being frustrated in the race that much or that often, or at all. So yeah, he came back, maybe didn't account for Igiava and Darren on the right side, and yeah, slapped into them. Didn't give them much room, and then obviously lost some speed and lost some positions over here because he went wide. Oompa pushing Couch Ferret, Oompa bumping into Couch Ferret, pushing him wide. Yeah, and then losing 2 positions from Couch Ferret loses 2 positions because of that. I don't know, if Oompa doesn't give the position back, it would be push to pass considered, would be worthy of a warning or whatever. I don't know, but let's see if they will report it at all. And then here, a rare mistake from Nestory, going wide, probably wanting to use all the momentum that he had, didn't want to lift or brake at all, since Jormeli was closely following, and then went wide, bumped into there, was lucky to actually get bumped by Jormeli. Jormeli lost a couple of positions because of that, and lucky car number 42 is Darren. I don't care. Did a cyber. Yeah, did a Darren probably. Of course, and then yeah, the lucky car is number 42, if I'm not mistaken. If he, or is he number 24? I guess. Yeah, 24. Yeah, I don't know. Dremet got 2 positions out of that, which is very good for him, which actually helped his race development further. Here, Charged and Yuki. Let's see what happened actually to Yuki. Why did he lose that position? Here he lost the position actually. He was caught by Stealth because he made a mistake over here coming out of this double right-hander. And yeah, Yuki running wide, getting caught there by Stealth. Charge obviously waiting for his moment to come through. And then Yuki I don't know what this was. There was no push. He was just running wide and then onto the dirt. Obviously Charged wanted to move past him immediately. That small bump there might be considered a push to pass, since it obviously upset the car from Yuki, and Yuki had to go wider, had to correct the mistake, and then Charged passing Yuki. If Yuki doesn't pass Charge or repass Charge over here, yeah, but he repassed him. Nevertheless, Charged should have been given that position away. But yeah, Yuki still in P2, I guess, neglected the mistake that he did and moved on. So further back over here, I'm not sure what it is, why the voice is cutting out. Let me quickly try to fix it. I hope the microphone is working now. I'm not sure what it is, to be honest. Not sure what it is. But yeah, let me quickly see what happens over here in the back. Because I think there were certain situations over here. Yeah, Grandi sort of bumped into... Yeah, I don't know, opportunistic, but Grandi gave the position away immediately. Over there, as we saw previously, Oompa still in front of Couch Ferret and Pera. Couch Ferret at least got one position back. J-Ben's trying to fight back from P13. Very strong performance, considering where he came from at the end. Yeah, and I don't know. Otherwise, here the race was very strong, like by Stealth at this moment in time. Myself, I passed somehow Kosandari, who had a very strong pace. And then here, this group behind me, I sort of was for a moment there the trolley train, or I was the head of the trolley train, and the people behind me probably were out of position, like McVision, Taxivator, Grandi. They shouldn't have been here at this place at all. They were definitely out of position there, since they had very strong performance. Terrible start for McVision and Grandi over there. Igiava as well, closely following this group. It's very tricky and dangerous to overtake over here, because not everyone drives a similar line, and small corrections and mistakes like here from Dremet may cause the Konstantina effect to be huge. And yeah, Jormeli, I don't know, yeah, he didn't overtake. Very nice, very much fair play, but I used the situation to my advantage, tried to sort of get past him. I sort of did that. I got slightly bumped there by Kosandari, but yeah, he didn't bum draft, which is very nice, because that wouldn't be allowed, and I wouldn't like to be bum drafted, even though Dremet is right in front of me there for grabs. Yeah, over here the field kind of stretched, because McVision created a gap there between himself and Darren sort of defending here against Taxivator and J-Benz. All of them are on similar strategy so far, at least on hard tires. Meanwhile, Igiava struggling on the medium tires to sort of follow this group. Let's see. Stealth finally creating a small gap there between himself and Yuki, Nestori, and Charged, like a formation flight over there between the two teammates. Not attacking each other, I guess, trying to maximize their points. Yuki, Jormeli and Kosandari slightly bumping into each other into the side pods. And then Grandi sort of took the opportunity there to overtake Jormeli at least. Jormeli, who ended up in a very good position at the end, you will see probably. McVision following Jormeli, trying to wait out his opportunity there to overtake and attack Jormeli. I guess maybe here now on the straight. Grandi with a rare mistake again against trying to defend against McVision and Jormeli. Unlucky for him, he couldn't. The straight is just too powerful, and especially the slipstream effect is too powerful over there. Very nice overtake there on the outside from Jormeli, while McVision was attempting an overtake on the inside. And then Darren bumping into Grandi, I guess. I don't know, upsetting Grandi's car there for a moment. And also bumping into, is it Taxivader over there? Yeah, closing the door for Taxivader, which is sort of, yeah, not as fair. Since he was already there, sort of. But yeah, I guess you can do that in certain situations if you are that aggressive. And then, yeah, here, I don't know what happened between Grandi and McVision. All of a sudden, there is this huge gap towards Jormeli. I haven't seen, sorry for rewinding that often. Meanwhile, I'm trying to get, yeah, okay, here. Maybe McVision had an earlier mistake over there. Slight bump there from Grandi into McVision, which makes, again, opens up the possibility for Darren to attack maybe into carousel. Igiava with a fake over there, slightly overshooting, being bumped there by, is that J-Benz still? Yes, it's J-Benz. I thought it was Couch Ferret, to be honest. And then over here, the fight between myself and, let's see, I had a slightly better exit. Dremet was, for some reason, struggling in the opening laps over here. Slight mistake from him. I was close enough. This was very fair from Dremet to not move into the middle. If he moved into the middle, it might have ended up like I did to the thing that I did to Darren. I moved into the middle, tried to force him into a mistake. Since it was a dangerous maneuver, it could have ended both ways, me and him ending in the wall, but I took the risk. And then, I don't know, I tried to defend because I was a little bit upset at the end because of the mistake I guess I made, since it was a high risk, high reward thing, and I sort of messed it up. Yeah, defending there against Dremet here, being on the outside, still had the speed to cut in front of him. I figured out this corner was very strong on my end, at least for the first part of the race. Yeah, I gained a lot of positions over there, but let's see what happens to McVision and Grandi. They were fighting there as well. McVision had the better exit out of that turn. I'm not sure which turn it is and how it's called, but yeah, that turn. And then into the carousel, overtaking Grandi, but Grandi did the over and under, which is unfortunate for McVision over here. Didn't play out very well for them. Both of them lost a lot of time, I guess. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you can blame Grandi for this, because his car was dragging onto the outside. Also, it was, in my opinion, it's just an unfortunate, Grandi, if he was alone on this part of the track, he would have done the turn properly, but he had to consider that McVision was on the outside, and also McVision was on the outside. He had, I mean, it's easy to see it now, but in the heat of the moment while racing, the adrenaline is high, emotions running high. I think both are at fault here. McVision probably didn't realize the risk over here immediately, as well as Grandi, and when they did realize the mistake, I think it was too late. Then they ended up in the wall. yeah, Grandi fairly here, like fair play to Grandi here. I mean, he gave the position away to McVision, even though it cost him now 2 more positions instead of 3 more positions instead of just 1 position. But he immediately got back on the straight. I don't know, like this is a similar situation to as Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen in Jeddah, when Max Verstappen tried to slow down to let Lewis pass so that he can repass him on the straight. I don't know if Grandi was that cold to calculate that, but I don't think he was. It's just Grandi was given the position away immediately and just was lucky to be close to McVision to overtake him again on the straight. But nevertheless, they are back to square one, trying to get past each other and get rid of Darren and Darren and Taxi Vader over there. Meanwhile, in the front, or at the front, Yuki was defending against, was this charged now, and then Nestori following closely. Bum drafts over there, even though Charged was lifting, but there were a couple of bum drafts over there. Charged just couldn't find a way around Yuki. Yuki, nerves of steel until then, and then here just got overtaken by Charged. Now Nestori fancies a move on Yuki towards the carousel, and does so since Yuki had the mistake over there exiting that one turn. Now Yuki might attack again if he stays close here on the straight. Myself, I was now in P5. I was close to Yuki, like only I think 3 seconds, or maybe 3.5 seconds, 4 seconds away from Yuki battling against here Nestori. I was very satisfied and pleased with my performance. For some reason, I thought it was 39 laps instead of 37. I don't know why. Maybe because of like 19 laps, thinking that might be the half of the race, and then I don't know. And in my head, it was stuck there with 39. So I probably overused my tires. I went, instead of going 11 laps, I went 12 laps, and the calculation was 12 laps plus 15 plus 12 towards the end, but it should have been 11, 14, 11. So I overdid it slightly there on the tires, and that might have also added to the mistake that you will see later on in the race. When I was fighting and dropping back into Dremet's clutches. I should have known to come in at lap 11. If I knew back then it was only 37 laps, for whatever reason I thought it was 39, I might have had a chance, but I overdid it on the tires and probably lost a lot of time over there. But it is what it is. Let's move on. So where are the fights? Let's see. Darren, McVision, Grandi, Igiava, and J-Benz. I'm still amazed that J-Benz and Igiava and McVision and Grandi had better positions at the end and were better placed at the end, knowing where they ended up during the race. So look at that. Like my position over here, I'm already near the carousel. Meanwhile, they are just now over here. And again, what was that? A mistake from McVision. Also rare mistakes from McVision. I don't know what it is with him. He's usually very strong, very focused, very precise, but I guess for this race, I don't know, it didn't pan out for him as he probably fancied. So, and what's going on over there in the back? Couch Ferret, Pera, and Oompa. Pera went into the wall. Oompa almost following him into that wall there as well. Let's see. Dremet slightly catching up towards me. I guess I always had some good exits at the penultimate corner, or second to last corner, and Dremet sort of couldn't. Slightly touching grass in carousel feels faster than keeping it on track, honestly. Yeah. I also noticed that, but I don't know, like maybe it was a placebo effect, or you never know. Big incident and lap 13. Ah, damn, that is why you pitted later. Yeah. Yeah, I actually did 2 stints on hards, 13 laps both after starting with mediums, doing 11 laps on them. Yeah. I mean, 11 laps was the optimum amount of tire life for the mediums, and I sort of... damn. But yeah, let's see. Lap 9. Yeah, I don't know. I until then, like, I was pretty much enjoying the race. I was super quiet, super focused, listening to Paladin in the background. I knew I had to be focused for this race. That's why I was going to like have Paladin stream in the background for the race, because I knew I wouldn't talk that much. And yeah, until now, like, I felt pretty strong. I felt okay with my pace, and everything felt fine. But yeah, I think Dremet might come in at the end of the next lap. He's fighting now, trying to fend off Jormeli, but couldn't. I think it was wise to let Jormeli pass, since Jormeli really had a strong pace in comparison to the both of us at certain moments. And here, a mistake from myself, but Taxivator and Cassandra do the same mistake over there. Still, McVision trying to fight Grandi, and knowing J-Benz as well is on a hard tires. He can't afford to lose time fighting against Grandi, but he can't pick his fights, so he has to deal with it when it comes to that. And he knows that he is losing time over here, watching maybe the mirrors, trying to maximize the momentum out of the turns, trying to stay ahead of Grandi if possible, waiting and hoping maybe for J-Benz to hop into the fight, trying to give him some breathing space there so that he can focus towards the front. And now, after this mistake from Darren, McVision was finally close enough to wait it out here and wait for the straight to have a late overtake maneuver eventually, so that Darren can't re-overtake him. Dremet, meanwhile, coming into the pits, as I said before, that at the end of lap 10 he might enter the pits, as well as Igiava. They were on the same strategy, I guess. Igiava only with a slightly worse outcome because of the beginning of the race. Dremet now fell back behind Couch Ferret. I think since Couch Ferret doesn't have the pace from, like, in comparison to Dremet, Dremet will pass him quite easily. I'm not trying to say Couch Ferret is slow or whatever, but just saying I haven't seen him practicing, so I think that he has not the pace in comparison to Dremet. But yeah, also very strong performance from Jormeli, very nice fight with him as well. I think I had a nice overtake on Couch Ferret right now. Okay. I think Jormeli and we slightly touched there. I think that... Wait, where is Igiava? Igiava is over here. No, you didn't have a nice fight there right now. But yeah, here, as I said, Dremet overtook Couch Ferret at the end of his outlap. Let's go into here and look at the... And this is the moment where I should have pitted as well. When I saw... Oh, McVision and... Wait, when did the sorry happen? Was that earlier? That was earlier, probably. I'm sorry if I missed it. Lap 11, Sector 1. Ah, there. Wait. Was that Kosandari, not Couch Ferret? Yeah, very... Yeah, this is yeah, Cassandri was wise to brake there because it might have ended up being the same sort of thing that happened to McVision and myself in the practice session. Yeah, otherwise strong over there. Or is that Setamis? I'm sorry, I'm also sort of mistaken there. But yeah, again, let's go to the front. This is the moment I realized something was off, but I couldn't quite point my finger at it. Why would the people go into the pits right now? And yeah, and this is probably the one lap and the next lap as well. Obviously, I went in after the end of the second, after lap 12. And that's the moment I sort of realized I messed up something. And then on my second stint on the hard tires, when Dremet came in for the second time into the pits, then only then I looked up onto the lap counter and I was like, oh damn, okay, my strategy's off. So yeah, I overstayed my visit here on stint 1. So I guess I tried to defend still against Taxi Vader. I think at some point here he will overtake me. I think maybe not. No, this is actually, yeah, he will not overtake me. But he will be very close before I go into the pits. And yeah, this is the moment I went into the pits. Yeah, this is the end of lap 12 actually for me. Setamis, since Setamis is the car I was following, that is the reason the lap counter over there in the top left corner was not proper. So yeah, but this gave me actually a slight advantage when it comes down to tire life. Even though I lost out now to Dremet, I mean, in hindsight, I should have been in front of him if I came in maybe one lap earlier into the pits like Kosandri and Jormeli. And that might have... then I might have not had that incident with Dremet. But yeah, I guess it is what it is. Like, now I know better, but it's a little bit too late. Now Yuki, after his pit stop onto the hard tires, he is probably going towards the medium tires at the end. And meanwhile here, this is the moment where I think Dremet, Darren, sorry, Dremet kind of owns some parts of my headspace. So Darren and Stealth, let's see. Yeah, Stealth went onto the inside. Oh, and then, oh my god, okay, yeah, this is unnecessary. Yeah, this is... I mean... Where is this now? Let's see it with a little bit of slower pace. McVision, meanwhile, in P2. Okay, I mean, there was, to be fair, there was a slight touch. There was a slight touch from... wait, let me sort of... Can I somehow... Prediction? Yeah, this is the prediction. I need to somehow make it closer. Yeah, and this is somehow the consequence here is that, like the outcome here is that Darren had like, you have to watch it like on regular speed probably. Darren had a mistake over here, tried to defend against. Damn. Okay. Well, like there is a small wiggle. If you watch Darren's car, there is a small wiggle. Towards the left and then right and then left, and then he gets touched by Stealth over here, and then Stealth sort of bumped into him, obviously because he was too close to Darren. Darren probably lifted for a slight moment, maybe even braked there. Stealth had no chance to avoid the contact, bumped into him, and which immediately looks like a push to pass. Stealth over here now alongside Darren. The only thing I don't understand is why does Darren go towards the right side immediately? You cannot say it's the camera angle. You cannot say it's, I don't know, because you got stuck, because you were not stuck here. You could have gone to the left side. It's your movement towards the right side, which I don't understand. Maybe a sore loser, whatever. I don't know. But yeah, it is what it is. To be honest, like this is what I don't understand. Yes, you got touched. Stealth should have been given the position away immediately, but this is the part that I don't understand. Why do you move right, causing the collision? In my opinion, on purpose. And then here again, not trying to give Stealth an inch of a space, even though this race was not yours. Like, you were not fighting against Stealth. Stealth had definitely better tires. Stealth was not in your race. Your race was against McVision, J-Benz, maybe me, and the cars like from P6, 7, 8, 9. And yeah, this was not your race. If it would have been much smarter to and this is the thing, it would have been much smarter for you to stay out of this trouble, and you would have maybe caught me in the end, maybe caught Igiava in the end, maybe had a fight against Taxivator. You would have landed probably some 1 or 2 points. But yeah, it is what it is in hindsight. I guess it's always easier to but again, this is the moment I just don't understand. Like, why did you move towards the right side? It's beyond me. And then not giving Stealth the room he needed. Here from Stealth's perspective, one more time. I mean, even the bump from Stealth was not too harsh. Stealth didn't overtake you immediately over here. He realized probably he pushed you. I don't consider Stealth being that much of a dirty driver to overtake you because of that. Stealth would have probably braked, but this is the part that broke Stealth actually here. He even, like, I'm gonna follow Stealth's car right now, because he, at this point, I think he was considering not racing anymore. Like, here, he was not even trying to defend, not trying anything. Like, you know, he just continued on and lost so many positions there. I don't know. And I mean, Darren, I don't want to pick a fight. I don't really, I do not care, like, at this moment, but it seems to me that you always say, I pressed it by accident, I pressed it by accident. The same way you tell that all the time, like, I pressed it by accident, I pressed it by accident. I mean, come on, like, that was on purpose. Dude, you can't press the steering to the right by accident. That is not like, you don't press it once and then your car steers for 2 seconds to the right side. You hold the right steering and you steered into Stealth. So for me, this is on you. Like, this is a incident caused by you. There is no way around it. You can say whatever you want, but that's my opinion. And I'm gonna move on further. I don't wanna discuss that at all anymore. I think there is a committee which will discuss that, and it's their obligation to tell their opinions and to come to a conclusion, whatever that was. But yeah, let's move on. So now we have a perfect train over here. I was on the hard tires, Dremet as well on the hard tires. I thought, like, Dremet was going to do the medium hard stuff when I saw him afterwards coming into the pits for his final stint. And I thought, okay, yeah, I should have the You didn't comment on the big incident. What incident? The crash between stealth and charged. Oh, I haven't seen that one. In which lap was that? I think it could have been prevented. Which lap was that? Charged and... I'm not sure which lap it was. I'm so sorry if I missed it. If you can tell me which lap it was, I would rewind. Let me see. Where is stealth? Stealth is over here. You talked about Darren and stealth. You only talked about Darren and stealth. 2 seconds late. Oh yeah. Ah, okay. You mean that one? Okay. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Let's see. I mean, I haven't talked about this because this was the aftermath. Like, this is just like the tip of the iceberg of unlucky moments for stealth. Like, he gets pushed by Darren, loses momentum, finds his way back. Darren, meanwhile, doesn't give him enough space because stealth came like here. Like if you like let me see. So this is Tax Evader being P1. This is McVision. J-Benz. Okay, so this moment over here. Stealth goes onto the dirt. Tries to get back. Meanwhile, Darren sees that, gets back onto the right side, even though he has no he has to take care of he has to be careful because of stealth coming back to the track. Obviously, stealth was not going to drive through the grass the whole time. Yeah, you can argue that stealth could have lifted. But you can also argue that Darren could have given a bit more space because stealth was already next to him, even though not by a huge amount, but still at least 20-30% of the car was next to Darren. So yeah, stealth again touched Darren, went for a second time onto the dirt, then tried to, I don't know, like stealth went through the grass and Darren kept continuing to push him to the grass. So yeah, they got glued. I guess stealth over here realized that moment, lifted or braked or whatever. Like he no, maybe charged, bumped into Darren. Yeah, here they lifted finally, and I guess charged. I don't know. Like here, stealth actually, like if you look at the tires, charged tires are towards the right, stealth tires are towards the right. Charged could have given a little bit more space to stealth, and they are unfortunately glued together. I don't know. I would call this a stupid racing incident due to lack of awareness and trying to be opportunistic. Charged could have prevented this. Yes, I agree. As I said, like I would say this is like this was an opportunistic move by Charged. He wanted to get Darren's draft, and he was pushing for that position, and then. He could have given a little bit more space to stealth since he had all the space towards the left side. He could have prevented it. In my opinion, also a big warning, if not a penalty, for Charged in this case, since this was preventable. But yeah, I don't know. Like again, but you have to look at this pace. I mean. Now that if you rewatch this in regular speed, yeah, he could have prevented it, but it was like in this case going side by side through this turn with the controller or with the keyboard, it's very tricky to go side by side. No. This was no. I take my comment back. I redact that. And no, this is just a stupid incident. I don't think Charge could have done anything about it. It's just the reaction time. Here, he bumped into, or he slightly bumped into Darren. He bumped into Darren there and then bounced off of Darren into stealth, which is just stupid. It's a stupid mistake. It's a stupid mistake, I'd say. But yeah, this caused actually stealth to fall back even behind me onto P9. Meanwhile, the train behind me got bigger and bigger. I kind of got stuck here with Remet. At some point, I think I will again get my focus back, and I will be fast enough to sort of be close to Dremet. It will come later in this race, I think at around lap 18, 19, something like that. And then I will lose out to Kosandri and Jormili because of that mistake. But yeah, I guess it was high risk, high reward thing, and I sort of messed it up. Has to be reworked. Settings are not good. I don't know if stuck avoidance could have done that better, but you know, if you have too much stuck avoidance, then a slight push from any other car might get you into a spin or into a slidey moment. But yeah, I think we had it once. We should do the 60-30-30 as Whiplash suggested. I checked it, left some space, but it was very tight. No, wait until I come to that moment, please, and I will talk about it. As I said, it was not too much space. You left some space. It was not too much space, and I caught a glimpse of the dirt onto the left side, and I couldn't come back from that. I checked it. Yeah. So yeah. Meanwhile, McVision and Igiavar were closing in. Grandi as well. I guess he was fighting a little bit there against Couch Ferret. Meanwhile, Grandi on new, fresh medium tires against Igiavar on hard, and McVision on the medium tires after he went into the pits from hard tires onto the medium tires. I think here Stealth was very much passive, to be honest. I wasn't fairly blocking at the last. I hope I wasn't at the last turn. Went into pits on lap 24. Okay, I will look at that. No stuck avoidance, avoid gluing. Because you talked about it. Ah, yeah. Okay. Yeah. No worries, Dermot. Yeah. Okay. So, where was I? Yeah, of course. Now we are all behind the Dremet train. This is a DRS train. And yeah, I was going to say that after that huge crash, I guess Stealth's heart sunk. And he took some time to recover from that. I think he took a whole lap to just calm down and refocus. In my opinion, Stealth did a great job. He didn't attack me immediately, even though he was on a better tire compound. And now he was on the hunt for P4 against Dremet. I think it will take also 1 or 2 laps, and they will switch positions. Now here, Taxivader against Jormeli. Let's see this one. Oh, yeah, okay, slight bump there from Jormeli against Taxivader, which causes Taxivader to go slightly wider. Now he lost out 2 positions, Taxivader, that is, and Jormeli, I think he had a thought about like giving the position back to Taxivader, but seeing Taxivader being passed by McVision, he thought better of it and went on with the race. So yeah, Taxi Vader now trying to get past Igiava, the two Russian comrades. um, yeah, but Taxi Vader probably on the better compound, or at least on a fresher, hard compound. Taxi Vader, I think, went medium, hard, soft, which was also a very interesting strategy to see. Meanwhile, Kosandari overtook me over here, and I was like, okay, let's use at least Kosandari's draft and get close to Dremet, as apparently Kosandari was having a better pace than I did on the hard tires. Even though in practice I had a good, at least to me, a good performance on the hard tires, which was very surprising. I was the big loser in this situation. I had meds. Yeah. So yeah, but nevertheless, you overtook Igiava. Meanwhile, J-Benz also on a similar strategy as I was. I think the only thing was that J-Benz, or it was J-Benz medium, and then hard tires. Yeah, I think that is the strategy from J-Benz. I'm not sure. But yeah, Kosandari, I was lucky there that Jormeli actually had a slight mistake, which enabled me to then attack Kosandari and get away from Jormeli. And I think I did overtake Kosandari over here. We tried to battle as clean as possible. Yeah, I don't know, Kosandari had the outer line, which was probably always going to lose out. Then now I was again on the hunt for Dremet there on P5, I think it was, yes. And then here McVision fighting against Taxi Vader, who is on a fresher hard compound against McVision, even though McVision's tires were not bad at this moment, I guess, but Taxi Vader's tires were definitely better and will be better in the long run against McVision, so he was going to lose out at some point. J-Benz as well on a similar strat as Taxi Vader. Let me see the battle between Grandi and Igiava. It must have come down to a bad exit from Igiava out of that turn, which enabled Grandi to actually pull alongside him into the carousel, taking the inner line, which in my opinion is way slower than going outside in the carousel, or in the stadium section. And then Igiava hoping to get away from Grandi, but Grandi has and will have the slipstream to overtake. Grandi will have the slipstream to overtake Igiava. Meanwhile, in the front, or at the front, the gaps were quite huge, so no battles over there. Here my attempt on Dremet. I was finally through, and I think this is the moment where Dremet will overtake me, because I outpositioned myself going to the left side out of this turn, out of the carousel, moving to the left. And when I realized Remet went for the right, it was too late to block him. So I had to lift over here. I lifted quite a lot. We went side by side. Remet was very fair over there. No bad intentions. And here, yeah, this is the moment I probably was a little bit too greedy. I think we might even touched there slightly. No, even not. But yeah, I was probably a little bit too greedy. I was too greedy. I tried to give him space, especially after what happened on the Milwaukee 100 laps. I tried to give him space, especially this is now a serious race, which is a championship race. And then here I even went through the grass there, trying to get as wide as possible there to on the outside as possible to just have a better entry into the turn, because I know I had to adapt to the turn because I had a car on the inside. So Dremet, nothing at fault over here. It was actually my fault that I probably clipped. I clipped too much over here onto the concrete, then onto the dirt, and I just couldn't correct anymore. I lifted quite a lot here, quite a lot, lifted and lifted and lifted. Even Kosandari did the mistake. It was still too much of a mistake on my end to recover from it, and then Kosandari and Jormeli would overtake me here on this part. So yeah, this was a nightmare to happen, and I tried to focus again. Was not actually mad about it. It's just unlucky, and who would have known? Who would have who knows how the outcome might have been if I stayed around Dremet for a couple of more laps. You know, and after this I got gobbled up by McVision. I think we will have a slight moment over here in turn 1. I braked too late. Yeah, I don't know, it was not too much. I braked too late. I did overtake him, but I thought nothing of it. I think it was... Yeah, I braked too late. I bumped into him. I slightly pushed him off to the outside, which was not a huge time loss for me, but for him probably it was, because he was on the medium tires against Taxivator. And at some point McVision, and here, yeah, this is another mistake on my part, which will cost me 2 more positions, because McVision will overtake me, and then afterwards Taxivator will overtake me. Yeah, afterwards Taxivator will overtake me, and yeah, and McVision was gone now. I think Karma was at its moment there, like the Karma took over, and I got struck by it. So yeah, and then I was going to lose out against Taxivator on the better hard tires, and I was surprised McVision was actually pulling away from me on a more used medium tire now. But yeah, this was also one of the moments I was not expecting J-Benz to be this late on the brakes. I thought actually he would pull on the inside and try to overtake me there. Meanwhile, Dremet fighting for his life on P5 against Jormeli, trying to not get caught there, since his strategy was to come in, I think, at the end of this lap or maybe the next lap. And yeah, let's see, what are those bumps in the background? Yeah, okay. I think, yeah, J-Benz slightly bumped there into because of the speed difference into Taxivator, but nothing happened. Then Grandi bumped into J-Benz, giving him the speed back that he lost, probably. So yeah, nothing seriously happened. So McVision almost did the same mistake that I did, actually pushing as much as he can. He's probably using the situation that I'm holding them off here in the background. I'm not sure if this was my mistake or if it was the mistake of Taxivator actually bumping into my rear left tire, because I couldn't steer and he couldn't steer. I think it was just an unlucky moment over here. I did not meant for him to go off the track. It definitely was not meant to make him lose positions or whatever. But nevertheless, he did lose a little bit of positions over there because of the bad exit that he had in the second to last corner. And now J-Benz and Grandi and Taxivator trying to negotiate through turn 1, and Grandi actually being the winner of that battle. 3-way fight. Yeah, myself in no man's land so far. Dremet got caught by Jormeli and Kosandari. Let's see what happened to them. Where did he get overtaken? I think maybe on the straight over here. Yeah, he got even passed earlier by Jormeli. Let's see that move. Ah, yeah, he had a bad exit over there, and Jormeli just had an easy pass on Dremet. Dremet also being fair, not trying to make Jormili's life difficult. Actually losing out here a little bit because of him going onto the dirt. Yeah, I don't know. And then Cassandra attacking him. Meanwhile, Dremet. Oh, yeah. Dremet was focused on Jormili so much that he didn't even notice Cassandra being there, or maybe he did, but thought that he might have a chance to slip in between the two of them. And maybe it was actually more wise to stay behind Cassandra, since Dremet had slightly more used hard tires in comparison to Jormali and Cassandra, who went one lap after Dremet into the pits for the hard tires. So we have this group over here, which are on a similar strategy. McVision being the outsider here, trying to actually gain some time in the battle against the group over here in the back: Grandi, J-Benz, Igiava, and Taxivader. And yeah, I think now Dremet will come into the pits, and maybe that is a thing that I should have done as well. I should have come into the pits as well and then opted for the hard tires, because do whatever your opponent is doing. Like, copy his strategy and you will stay close to him if you want to be close to him. Oh, let's see. I haven't noticed actually the pit exits over here, like how they go, how they went, if people respect it. I mean, there is no white line, but I don't think they should cross the curb over here, because the curb is sort of the marker. And you can see here why you shouldn't have crossed the curb, because Cassandra was coming, and he was safe for now, but it could have ended badly there for Cassandra and Nestori. They could have lost a couple of positions if they touched. And yeah, now myself still in P9, trying to sort of get the slipstream from Charged, but Charged was already charging away, no pun intended. And yeah, Dremet was the next one on his list to be caught up. Meanwhile, Dremet probably knew that he would come into the pits at the end of this lap, and again, I should have done the same. I should have opted for hard tires, and then we might have ended up being in the same position at the same place on the track. But I overstayed my stint here, and I overextended actually the stint, and I shouldn't have done that. And this was actually like maybe 2 laps later I would realize, oh, it's only 37 laps, and then yeah, I messed up. But yeah, actually this was quite good until now. Yeah, the fight here between Igiava and Taxivader as well. Igiava on a very used hard tire against Taxivader on a fresher compound of the same type, as well as Darren. I think Darren and Taxivader a similar strategy. Igiava defending that properly over there. Meanwhile, I was trying to defend against J-Benz, but J-Benz will have a nice move at the end of the long straight towards turn 1, I guess. And yeah, Jormili now on P2 temporarily, Nestori in P3 temporarily. So yeah, Cassandra, McVision, and Charged actually being the one losing out here. McVision trying to force his way into the pits because him and Cassandra actually had the same strategy. Now let's see, where do they pit? McVision opting for the hard tires, of course, and as well as Cassandra. Let's see where they come out. They come out again very close to each other. Dremet now with the undercut, overtaking his teammate, but it didn't work out for Cassandra. Maybe now, maybe not. But yeah, they are 1 lap difference, same tire compound, and we need to watch this group because Remet will end up having P6 at the end, I think, which is one of his best results, I think, so far, if I'm not mistaken, and McVision will have one of his worst results, I think, in this race. I'm not sure. I don't know why, but I targeted Taxivator for some reason. Not like other tracks. Overly motivated and then pulled back. I should have stayed back. Yeah, there is a white line. Not like on other tracks. I don't know why, but I targeted. Okay, yeah. So yeah, as you have followed, Remet overtook Kosandari after Kosandari was caught up napping, so to say. And then yeah, here I would say almost very nice teamwork, but I don't think there was much of a teamwork, as there was just Remet being helpless to the slipstream effect. Now here teammates don't want to collide. Obviously Remet was pulling out of that fight and let McVision do his work, trying to stay close to McVision to have at least his slipstream to hopefully then push McVision towards the front, like trying to motivate him, because Grandi was actually closing the gap, as well as Igiava was on a very good strategy as well. I myself, I think I am coming into the pits right now. I am, as I said, I overstayed my, I cut it too much here, my stint, and yeah, it's only now that I realized, okay, this is like 37 laps, and yeah, I was screwed. And J-Benz and Jormili obviously had already the better strategy. Meanwhile, McVision defending against Remet over there. I think the gloves were off between the two of them. Obviously, everything in a fair manner. There was no team orders in this team. It's just fight and free for all, but do it in a fair manner. So yeah, Remet overtook McVision. McVision slightly out of focus, I would say, and Remet used that for his advantage, or to his advantage, and immediately starting to create a small gap there between him and McVision. McVision now has to focus also on the back against Jormili, because Jormili had a very strong pace, and McVision probably knew that, and especially now that Jormili is on the medium tire against McVision on the hard tire, but still best results. Very happy to gain some points on you. Yeah, I guess it is what it is. I hope at one of those races my moment will come. Again, I was very surprised. I had a very strong start in the first stint. I was surprised to be that high up against some of the best drivers. But yeah, I guess my mistake, and also the mistake in strategy, counting the wrong number of laps, was my... I was inevitably doomed towards the end of the race. But yeah, it is what it is. I don't know. Like, at least we had a good fight. That's all that matters to me, to be honest. I went into this race with not high hopes, like, because when I saw the results in the qualifying, I knew I had no chance. But yeah, and then Lady Luck was on my side for the first part of first half of the race, but then yeah. Now let's see what's brewing up here. I think McVision is about to mount an attack on Remet on the straight. If Remet has a better exit over here, McVision, again, slight mistake over there, still might be enough for him to be in Remet's slipstream, but actually the slipstream from Jormili was actually much stronger. I think Jormili, yeah, Yeah, very fair, very much like fair play from Jormeli here. He gave the position immediately back to McVision. But what happened now to Dremet? He, I don't know, like, did he brake too late in turn 1? Or maybe they were just that fast? Because they had slipstream and they were now much closer to Dremet than before. Dremet, meanwhile, himself catching up to Kosandri. McVision still staying on his tail, trying to apply some pressure, trying to force Dremet into a mistake. Again, very nice work there between the two teammates. Slight mistake there from Dremet. And yeah, let's see what's going on in the front. Charged. Being very close there to Nestori. I think Charged might have Nestori now. Maybe not. I'm not sure. Yeah, no chance. I think Charged is actually waiting for a better opportunity. Maybe trying to actually apply the pressure more and more over time so that Nestori sort of cracks up and here. I don't know what's going on over here. So this was the moment where Dremet Dremet had a big time loss over there because of the bad exit. Actually had quite the huge gap towards McVision and then lost it all over there. I don't know about this situation over here. Yeah, I mean, turned in a little bit too early on Jormeli. I don't know. Jormeli definitely lost out here, as well as Dremet. Jormeli probably thought, oh no, another mistake on my end. But in this case, I'd say Dremet closed the door there slightly on Jormeli. Should have given him a bit more room there, especially when Jormeli was on the inside, sort of. He was like coming onto the inside. Or he was coming towards the inside, and then he should have probably counted, but I don't know, like, it's the heat of the moment again. Who knows? It's very difficult to keep everything in check. But how did, like, I was watching it, but I didn't, like, how did he overtake McVision? Was Dremet? Yeah, Dremet was probably very clear. He was, he overtook him over there, even further up the track on the straight, and then McVision again falling back behind Dremet, but Jormeli's fault bumped into him at the corner. I don't know about that. Again, Dremet defending well against McVision. McVision, because of that, had to slow down a bit more. Now trying to fend off Jormeli. To cover off Yuki, okay. We were holding positions. We were supposed to wait until lap 34 to fight, but Bro just skipped my message. I'm just sorry. Sorry, I just read it now. Okay. So let's see. Stealth mentioned something about McVision. Let me quickly check this. McVision. It was his own mistake. Yeah, he went too much onto the inside, onto the grass. Ooh. Okay. Oh, okay. So, damn, stupid situation, man. Okay, I mean, to be honest, Jormeli was actually driving straight, and you went into Jormeli, so I'd say it's your fault for causing this. And now, yeah, I'd say it's your fault because Jormeli was going straight and you were driving from the right towards the left, and you caught Jormeli's tire, I'd say. From now on, I will lose everything. I considered that just to be a fight with Jormeli. Same here. Huh? No, I will come back to you. Fucking glued again. Yeah, it's. I will come back to you, Stealth. No worries. Yeah, it was your mistake. Yes. I will get back to you, Stealth. Just give me a second. So where was it? It was probably somewhere here, you said. So here. Ah yeah, here. Let's go one more back. Let's go at the beginning of this lap, yeah. So you had a better entry. You closed the gap. Yeah. Yeah, okay, Darren. I mean, dude, you already changed your direction once, and you should have committed. Like here, one change, and then you went to the right, and then you went again back to the left. Like, come on, like, what are you doing? Like, weaving on the track. Like, how is anyone supposed to overtake you if you by accident press left and right at the same time? I don't know. And then it's the other one's fault, obviously. I don't know. I don't get it. Sorry, I'm not trying to be an asshole towards you. It's just, you know, the same way we sometimes roasted Finghost for certain things. You are like acting as if you have never played this game before. I don't know. Okay, so let's go back to the action between... I told you I'm not going to change your opinion about me. You already have an opinion and that's it. Okay, this was the moment when McVision went off. This was the moment when McVision went off, and then, yeah, Grundy overtook. And McVision tried to recover from it by staying close to Jormeli and trying to get some slipstream there, but he gets caught by J-Benz. J-Benz, oof, okay. And then, yeah, J-Benz had to pull back because it was not going to be his corner at all. McVision had always the better end of the stick around that. And okay, let's see. There is actually a very small gap between Charged and Nestori. Charged almost being in a position to overtake. Let's see if they even do that. If you have have time in the end, you can show how close it was. All the end of lap 21. Okay. I will show that. But yes. Okay, McVision and J-Benz are now fighting. Meanwhile, losing time against the others because this fight was actually... Ooh. Nice overtake. Also, McVision almost re-overtook. Very cheeky from McVision there to try to get some slipstream from J-Benz to re-overtake him or to repass him. Grundy with a mistake. Another mistake by Grundy. I don't know what's going on with Grundy. Is it like lag or just lost focus or whatever? It's like too many small mistakes from Grundy, which I'm not used to see, to be honest. Like the same way I said about McVision, Grundy is like also like a machine, like doing all the laps day in day out, like a machine, like not doing many mistakes. But yeah, I guess everyone has a bad day in the office. So Jabin's now able to attack Grundy, very fair between the two of them. Trying to give each other space, which gave, on the other hand, McVision the opportunity to again close the gap there. And now McVision has the perfect opportunity to overtake them both. If ooh, very cheeky from McVision there. Now he gets the slipstream. Oof, oof. Ah, okay. Well. Well, this was not a very good... Let me quickly pause this. Prediction off, please. And then let's do this. I don't know if there was a contact. Yeah, there was one touch. I mean, that's the touch on the straight doesn't matter. It's, you know, it's a bump. It's a bump. But here in the braking zone. Yeah. Yeah, okay, that was a touch, I'm afraid. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if McVision doesn't give the position away, I would also just consider a push the pass. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, enough to lose positions. Yeah, I'd say this was a push the pass as well. I mean, it was not a huge sort of push, but nevertheless it was a push where J-Benz lost out to McVision and Grundy now. Sort of lost 2 positions. I'd say if McVision doesn't give the position away at the end of this lap, this might be considered a push the pass. I don't know. Moving on. Okay, there is... Okay, or I'd stay here with this group because I think there might be something else incoming. But he moved right, left on the straight... well, I don't know. I mean... It's a minor movement, but you were... Okay, let's go back. I feel like there is going to be some drama. I have to be careful with my words right now. Prediction off. And move it closer. J-Benz, now McVision. Going like this. Yes, he moved right, but then he went straight, and now he moved left to have a better braking. But now he is straight. Now he is straight. And then you tried to get a slipstream from him? Okay, now he's moving back to the right because he was approaching the corner. I mean, what else should he do? He can't go straight. He has to turn in at some point, I'd say. I'm like, I don't know, McVision. From your point of view, it might have looked like as if he was wiggling. But in my opinion, this was more like a move. He was like, yes, here he was moving, and then here he was again. He has one defensive move, and he did that. But now that he moved very late to the right. I mean, you can't say that he moved late to the right because he This is not late. I mean, at some point he has to turn right. He was taking the corner. I mean, yeah, Jabins might have defended too late. I don't know. In my opinion, this was not a late defense. It was more like he was steering into the turn. Here, I mean, he was steering into the turn. He was not defending. Look at normal speed from my point of view, camera 3. Yes, I'm gonna do this. I mean, he was steering to the right. He had nowhere to go. He can't go straight. To be honest, where Jabins might have been wrong is when he went from the right side to the left side. But him going from the left side again to the right side was actually him taking the corner, which is like here. This is probably an illegal move from Jabins. This is the illegal move. This is the illegal move from Jabins. But okay, we have established the illegal move. This is not defending the right move. I don't know. Like, he steered into the corner. Here, he went to the right side. Oh, you mean, or maybe you mean when he was alongside Grandi, maybe here. Here, this you mean. I wanted to go to the right with overspeed and he moved late to the right to make me stuck. A very slight move to the left. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, if this is the illegal move, I mean, he was overtaking Grandi effectively, but he was not like here he was overtaking Grandi. He was not defending. And now he realized you had overspeed and he went immediately, like, it's not yeah, I don't know. I don't know. This might be an illegal move. All right. Yeah, this might be an illegal move. Yeah, it happened. Yeah, it happened earlier, but do you consider that blocking? Well, if it's blocking, then what's the consequence? Like a warning? Like, would you give a penalty for blocking? I mean, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess you guys will discuss that. In my opinion, I don't know. In my opinion, a warning for J-Benz and whatever the outcome is of the part in turn 1. Just saying. I don't wanna. Yeah, later it was. You can call it kind of a revenge move. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. You guys have to figure that out. Like, in my opinion, the first move from J-Benz, you might call that blocking. Yeah, it can be considered blocking. But the second part was a little bit harsher. But I understand your point of view because you were also, you know, angry about that. And then yeah. Let's see over there. Okay, Grandi might be now finally through with McVision. Finally overtook McVision over there. Grandi on the equal hard tires, I'd say. Same tire life, I would say. Meanwhile, Dramet, yeah, in no man's land, between Kosandari and Jormeli, pretty much safe there on P6. Kosandari maintaining the gap, as he said earlier, and over here McVision defending against J-Benz. What was that? Was that Grandi going off there? No, no, no. I just saw the lines on the in the dirt, and I thought like that might be Grundy going off. And then Jabens, what happened here? Like he, as if he dipped the nose into the ground over here and lost so much speed here, and then Taxi Vader overtook him with ease. Yeah, now Taxi Vader is gone and stuck in between the two. Fancying an opportunity over there to attack towards the carousel, which he does. No, Jabens now bumping into McVision. Well, the outcome was not bad because nobody lost a position or anything. It's just unpredictable to Jabens probably. He probably predicted that McVision might accelerate earlier, but now McVision... Oof. Okay, but he stayed... This time he stayed in the back. Okay, this was fair. Fair play. Fair play to both of them. Yeah, I don't know. I think at this point they realized, okay, they lost more time than they have gained, so... But Taxi Vader now attacking Grundy. I think Taxi Vader was on the on the soft tires towards the end, and against the hard tires, obviously, Taxi Vader will always win. Especially having a good pace. Taxi Vader is going to be the one on top at the end of this lap, I would believe. Yeah, there is the attack against Grundy, and Taxi Vader will attack probably at the end of the straight if he's wise to stay behind Grundy. And Jaromir was very quick, and Catcher plus overtook me last lap. Yeah. Okay, so Taxi Vader, this grandstand there is very unlucky there to be positioned in that spot. So yeah, Taxi Vader went past Grundy, and I believe if there was 2 more laps and Taxi Vader could manage the tires, he might have gotten close to Jormeli and Rammet even. Now, this is the huge difference between medium tires and the hard tires, between McVision and Jabens. Jabens was actually very strong on the medium tire now. McVision probably lost also some focus due to all that shenanigans towards the end. I can understand McVision, and he had also a very strong pace, very strong performance from him. Now Igiava even overtook him. I think Igiava had a better tire deck at the end against McVision, so that is also one of the reasons why Igiava might have had a better performance over there. But yeah, I can understand McVision why that, like, you know, once you lose your focus, once you lose your moment and momentum, you are sort of just a passenger in this game, and you just want to end it. But yeah, I guess I also had high hopes. Like, if you imagine if I didn't have that incident caused by myself against Rammet, fighting against Rammet, and if I have not overcut my stint 2 times, I might have had a chance like Rammet to be here in between him and Jormeli. Who knows, maybe we would have had a fight towards the end, which would have been so nice. I would have been so much up for it, to be honest. And especially because, as I said, I didn't consider myself, and yeah, nice move there, very fair from the two of them, Rammet and Jormeli. Very close. And as I said, like, I didn't consider myself being that strong for this race. Oof, okay, nice. Very much close, very close to the finish line between the two of them. Let's see if we can see at least 1 lap from Nestori and Charged, or maybe 2 laps, just to see when did Charged when did he overtake actually Nestori? So yeah, it must have been way earlier, maybe lap 32 even. Okay, Nestori here, now charged on the attack move. And yeah, but you have to imagine, as Nestori said, that he went on to battle against Charged from lap 21. So until lap 31, Charged was holding back and then actually took the opportunity to overtake him. Yeah, I think from now on, it's Nestori's turn to somehow apply the pressure to Charged, but if Charged manages to break away, I guess it's game over for Nestori. If he can stay close to his slipstream, he will definitely have the opportunity, but yeah, let's see. So Charged running away for now. Still running away. The gap gets bigger and bigger. And then Nestori said something about a photo finish towards the end. Let's see if that photo finish is. I'm sorry for now the sped up video. I'm gonna wait here for the photo finish between Charged and Nestori. Let's see. 35, 36, and 37. Where is that photo finish? Oh yeah. Charged actually slowed down there a little bit to Charged slowed down there a little bit to have this photo finish. I guess take it, Nestori. Anyone who wants to have that photo finish between the two McLarens. Yeah, this is the winning duo, I'd say. P1 and 2. Congrats to both Charged and Nestori for having this awesome moment. I guess they kind of are the strongest teammates so far, I'd say. Very much on the same level. Very much on the same level, and nice, good job to you guys. Let's see, where are the others? Is there some other fight going on except Dremet and Jormeli? J-Benz, McVision, Giava, nothing there. Oh yeah, I have to show you maybe a couple of laps between myself and Darren. There was also some moments, so nobody feels like they were left out. Where is it? Yeah, Darren was actually quite strong. There was one of those moments. He was pretty strong when he came out of his out of the pits in his last stint. He was pretty strong over there. I think you misunderstood. We are not fighting. We are so we can hold straight. But yeah, I was millimeters away from crashing at the end of lap 21. Oh yeah, no moments, just close racing. Yeah. We had close racing. That's true. I mean that's what I mean with the moments. So yeah. Here, for instance, yeah, very fair so far. There were no bumps, no nothing. I mean, very clean as well from Darren. But he was definitely strong on the medium tires in comparison to me. So yeah, I stayed over there on the right side, tried to create a gap for myself to, yeah, to have a better entry into turn one, um, and then didn't close too much the door to Darren on the left side. Stayed here on the right side. I didn't want to repeat the mistake that I did against Remit. So very fair from Darren again to lift there and not attack actually, which would cause maybe an incident to both of us. Here again, stayed very close, no bumps, no nothing. Very clean, very fair. But yeah, this went on until a certain lap. I think it was the second to last lap where we again met in turn one, and yeah, Darren went straight into the dirt. I'm not sure what happened, to be honest. I need to see it. I know we were close fighting, but that incident sort of made us go separate ways, so to say. But yeah, tried to go around the outside, yep. And yeah, here also very close. Like Darren would always get close here in these parts of the track, and then I would have a gap over here due to the better exit, I would say. This was also one of those parts of the track where I had some slight advantage against Dremet in the early stages of the race. And yeah, let's move on. Let's see. Darren went slightly wide over there. Yeah, now he was a little bit further away. And eventually he will come closer again, because my tires in comparison to his tires are almost like 10% difference. Here a slight mistake on my part. And then Darren would be close again. And I think over here at the end of this lap the incident will occur. Yeah, I had a very bad exit out of that turn. Oh, yeah, I didn't know where he was because I couldn't look during the turn. I couldn't look. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I thought we were much closer to each other, and I thought actually that I have pushed you off. That's how focused I was. I didn't even like notice how far off you were. Like, and then yeah, here in this turn, like I couldn't watch my back. You know, I didn't know where you are, so this bump occurred. Like there was no ill intention, to be honest. And then when I realized, I stayed on the right side. And I closed the gap, like I closed the door there towards the right side, but I never tried to run you off the track to like immediately go over to the left or whatever. I didn't want to do that. So yeah, and then I thought like, what happened? And yeah, eventually the gap was now much higher and or much bigger, and yeah, we sort of concluded the race in this order. You will eventually get closer again, but not as close to then make a difference, I guess. But yeah, all in all, amazing race, amazing pace from some people. Very much like congratulations to everyone. Especially the first three, Charge, Nestor, and Yuki. Nice recovery from Stealth after the huge crash. I guess the stakes were high, and I guess Stealth could have ended up being I think Stealth might have ended up on the podium somewhere, maybe even fighting against Nestor in charge, who knows. But yeah, I guess it was a bad day in the office for Stealth as well. The race was intense. I myself was surprised to be in the top 10 in the first part of the race, and then the second part of the race it came crashing down due to some mistakes made by myself and some miscalculations. And yeah, nice race from everyone. Could you quickly show the lap 21? Yeah, 21, lap 21. Lap 21, and then we will conclude the stream. Okay, lap 21 is here. Ooh, that wall came close to you. Is it that you wanted to see? This wall came very close to you. Here. That was an oh-ho moment, I guess. But yeah. Nice one. Again, thanks guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for having and sharing the fun tonight. Congrats to Tranen on creating such a beautiful track. One of my personal favorites. Top 10, I would say, tracks. I would say it's in the higher ups there, like in top 5 actually. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for sharing the fun. Don't take it personally. It's just my opinion. And yeah, I hope you had a good night, and I hope you had a nice stream. Take care everyone. See you in the next race, which will be, I think, let me quickly check. I think it's Baku, which is made by Liskomis, and I think that one will also be a blast. Good night, take care, stay safe, and have a good one. Bye bye.